In the finals, long time ago, the Los Angeles Lakers continuing to make news here as JJ Redick and company had their exit interviews yesterday and their post-season press conference. And there is one piece of audio that is making a ton of waves today. And here is JJ Redick from yesterday talking about the team and their physical condition.
The work that's required in an offseason to be in championship shape. And you know, we have a ways to go as a roster, and certainly there are individuals that were in phenomenal shape. There's certainly other ones that could have been in better shape. That's where my mind goes immediately is you know, we have to get in championship shape.
So JJ Redick saying we have to get in championship shape. So it's great that I'm the one now talking about this. Anyway, the point is this. Some people are in phenomenal shape. We know exactly who that is. That's LeBron James. He is in championship shape. We know that. He's been that way for 20 plus years. Are you guys okay with the call out of Luka yesterday? Because that's what that was. We all know what it is.
Absolutely, I'm okay with it. JJ Redick's job as the head coach is to, what do you always say, CC, about coaches? It's getting grown men to do things that they don't want to do to be the person that they need to be.
Correct.
That's exactly what he's doing. He's acting like the coach of the Los Angeles Lakers because the standard with the Lakers is to win championships. And part of that is conditioning. And if this is an issue with one of your star players, and it's been an issue that has persisted throughout his career, you've got to take any means necessary, even if that means through veiled language, calling him out through the media, because everybody knows what it is. We know why the Dallas Mavericks had conviction on getting rid of a top 3 player in the world who was 25, who just took them to the finals last year. Part of it was that they didn't think making the big time investment in him moving forward was going to pay dividends because they didn't know how committed he was to his craft and his conditioning. And if that presented itself after he gets moved from Dallas and is supposed to have this chip on his shoulder, if that wasn't a wake-up call for the time that he was with the Lakers this year, JJ Redick has to set the tone right now that, hey, we're at home, but your offseason has started, and we need you to make sure that you're doing everything possible to get in the best shape you can be in order for us to hang another banner. Oh, and by the way, there's somebody who's been in phenomenal championship shape, and that's your teammate. Why don't you just follow his lead? Because if Luka can't get to that point where he's dedicated enough to make sure that conditioning and training is going to be top of mind and a top priority moving forward, I don't know if he's going to be able to take the Lakers where they need to get, and which is winning a championship.
Yeah, co-sign on everything that you just said. JJ Redick absolutely did the right thing in calling out Luka. The only thing that I'm upset about is that he didn't call him by name. What good is having a personal relationship with your superstar player if you can't give him a little tough love behind closed doors, but also out in public in the media when we all know the obvious, which is that the guy doesn't keep himself in championship shape, which opens the door for all of these nagging injuries that keep him from being at his best when his best is required. Now, that said, Luka took a team to the conference finals, took a team to the NBA finals, and he did all of that before his age 25 season. So the guy is a special, special talent. But you just wonder if what has happened over the last year is not enough of a wake-up call. If JJ Redick calling him out is not enough of a wake-up call, when will it ever happen? The Dallas Mavericks traded him away because they didn't want to pay him the Supermax contract. Luka missed out on $100 million. Luka's team with LeBron James got bounced in the first round of the playoffs. Luka's head coach called him out for not being in shape. Others have called him out for not playing defense. Others have called him out for being immature and barking at the refs when he should be focused on the game. All of these things are indictments on the sports character of Luka Doncic. So for as great a player as he is, there are a lot of concerns that you have about this individual player. And as a Lakers fan, there's a little bit of angst considering all the team has invested in him, knowing that this is going to be the cornerstone of whatever it is that we're going to build moving forward.
So I think this is a very interesting move by JJ Redick, and the timing is fascinating. As a sports fan, I am scarred by the call out of the star athlete because my basketball team in the Miami Heat Pat Riley has done it twice over the last decade plus, once to LeBron James and once to Jimmy Butler, and they both left. I'm not saying it's directly as a result of that. I'm not saying it's not directly as a result of that. I don't think those two particularly enjoyed being called out by anyone. Now, this one's different. JJ Redick is a former teammate in Dallas of Luka. They have a great relationship. But Luka hasn't signed a contract extension. If Luka doesn't like this and wants to leave or is offended by this, he has a way out. But here's the other part of this, though. This may be really strategic by JJ. If Luka runs away from this, Dallas is right. Nico is right. Luka is what they claim he was. So maybe it's, I can do whatever I want to this guy publicly, even if I don't call him out by name, because the number one thing he wants to be is right in relation to the Mavs. More than anything else. Luka, that is. And if Luka hears these comments, gets bothered by them, doesn't sign up long-term with the Lakers on the max extension, Nico Harrison was right. And that's not what Luka wants. So maybe this was the easiest call-out in the history of call-outs because he can't go anywhere.
Well, here's what I'll say. I agree with that point. But to your former point about Pat Riley calling out LeBron James and Jimmy Butler, I think it matters the reason why you're calling out the player. Pat Riley never called out LeBron's work ethic.
No, never did.
Never did that. That issue happened to be with the fringe benefits for friends and family behind the scenes and not letting his people into the locker room.
And he said he wanted it to be a generational team. Don't run away from that.
All of those types of things. So there's that element with the LeBron call-out. With the Jimmy Butler call-out, it's not because Jimmy Butler didn't work hard. It's because Jimmy Butler wanted a contract and Pat Riley wouldn't give it to him. So that's what that was about. This, to me, is different in nature. We're talking about a player's professionalism, not putting your body in tip-top shape.
So that should hurt more, no?
As a professional athlete, your body is your business. That is fundamental to what you do. And Luka Doncic has ignored that. And I just don't know how long you can keep doing that and put yourself in position, put your team in position to have success at the highest level. Yeah, you can have the one-off championship run every now and again, but let's be honest about one thing. Luka Doncic didn't win a championship last year. He got to the finals and got gentlemen swept by the Boston Celtics, and that was a team that was tailor-made around him. So the expectation for the Lakers is to put the roster in championship shape. Well, what exactly does that mean? Does that mean putting the best players on the team, or does that mean putting players around Luka that complement him and try to account for his deficiencies, specifically on the defensive end, because he's been non-committal to that element of his game? Mm-hmm. Those are the questions that they've got to ask themselves in L.A., and quite frankly, it adds a degree of difficulty on their jobs in terms of trying to take advantage of the twilight of LeBron James's career.
Yeah, also, this is not a state secret. It's not as if JJ Redick outed something that shouldn't be outed or threw Luka under the bus and it was unwarranted. We know that this was a huge contributing factor to Dallas walking away from Luka. We have eyes. We can see if an athlete is dedicated to their conditioning. So for a head coach to state the obvious, and that is a critical factor moving forward in this offseason in order for the team to be able to have the success that it needs to have, not only because JJ Redick has to do his job, and he can do his job better if his team is dedicated to conditioning, but they're trying to maximize the finite amount of time they have left in the LeBron James era. And to your point, Evan, if Luka is mad at this, is that a superstar that the Lakers want to revolve themselves around moving forward?
We've got to continue this conversation. There's a lot to what we're talking about here with the championship shape and the way in which they're built, obviously. But the Lakers, unlike Granger, CC, did not get the job done at the end here.
For the ones who get it done, Granger offers high-quality supplies and solutions for every industry.